On the last episode, you guys saw us get from the sleeper forward, ready to rock and roll. And on this episode, we're going from the sleeper back because this thing needs brakes and airbags and airlines and probably lots of other stuff. Let's go.
Cool, we got 2 of the factory bolt holes lined up. I just took a little bit off that edge to meet the contour of this spring hanger here. So we'll put those 2 bolts in and then drill 2 more on each side. That'll be bolts down. That's a big step. I've measured multiple times with my trailer how long the tongue is. If I go from the center of the ball to the longest part of the truck, which is the corner over there, we got about 5 inches to spare. So that's good, and it's gonna work out just fine, I think. I'm gonna start drilling some holes. I clearly took a little bit extra off there, but I'm okay with it. I think I'm having one of those old man experiences like, oh, everything's gotten so expensive. This got 8 bolts, 8 nuts, and 8 washers. Now they're big and they're grade 8. However, it cost me 76 bucks just to get bolts to put that gooseneck hitch on. Of course, I got a couple extra bolts because I might lose one. But geez, 80 bucks or almost it. That's crazy. 5 bucks. $3 and $1. That's intense. Some big bolts, because I don't want that trailer falling off. Help tie this frame together too, not that it needs it, but any strength we can get, I'm all about. Very excited to take this and actually hook the trailer onto it. And just fingers crossed that I didn't have a brain malfunction and my measurements are right. I really wanted to back it under there, you know, in all the different configurations, straight back and then at an angle and all that, just to verify it was gonna fit. But guys, it's been raining in Texas so much, I can't back up to my trailer. It's in the middle of my yard and it's kind of mushy out there. That's how you know you got a sharp drill bit. Putting locking washers on the back side of it. I don't know if it needs them, but why not? Gotta buy washers anyways. Might as well get some locking ones. Perfect. Everything lines up. Go get me a dug and a wrench. That is solid. We've got our chain loops to the back so they can hook in here. We have got a really neat little plate that we're going to put in here, probably up there, that'll hold the trailer plug that's designed for an RV. It'll also have like a air hose so we can hook up air tires up and stuff like that. And I'm going to put a 120 volt plug in there so that if the generator's running on the truck, I can plug into that and run any power tools I want back here. So happy about that. We'll wait for that stuff to come in, but for now, this looks pretty good.
Nice. Let's open it up.
setting up quite a bit because of that brace there. Still don't know if I'm gonna like it. It's big and ugly.
It is kind of ugly, but
I mean, it's one of the requirements for it to be registered as an RV.
is to have an external AC like that.
Yep. Externally powered, whatever.
Well, then we just deal with it, because it's a nice unit.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next mission, which is airbags. Got the back of the truck jacked up, the weight off of the airbags, and got the new ones here, ready to pop them in. Having fun with airlines?
Yeah. That easy. They just like to complain a little bit. I need to put this air fitting in here before we put it back in there, otherwise it'll hit the frame.
Brush the rust off.
Yeah. Did you say the drust? Well, that's what it is.
I did kind of say it weird. Rust dust. Oh.
This one's got a stud in the bottom. Thinking maybe I need to pull that stud because I'm too lazy to jack it up more. I do need that.
I knew that was happening. Sheesh.
I did too. I still barely caught it. That's all right sound.
Hi, bud. I know. Just hang out in there for a little bit. Okay, top bolts are out of this guy. Going for the bottom.
All right. Chop chop. Is it gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to get to this bottom. Okay. Nice. Ready for me to pull it out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
While you're under there, can you reach over and zip that other one out?
Yep. This one has a buttload of washers on it.
Oh.
Ready? Ready? Okay. Oh, the top bolts are still in that one. Okay. Nice.
Hey, you waiting on the impact?
Mm-hmm.
You need a different size socket?
I've got it down here.
Okay. I wouldn't give them too much. We'll just kind of bump it and then we'll tighten it with the wrench.
Okay. Oh, you took the adapter.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Couple of wraps.
Yeah, just real.
Okay, moving to the back.
Tight?
Yeah.
Airlines are back on.
Yeah, you're awesome.
And my assistant has been distracted.
I found a nice little relax area, and Finley, he was just keeping me company. He's ready to get back to work.
Okay.
Down it goes. Those new bags look so nice.
Yeah. That's what the DOT man's gonna say.
That's right.
Not looking at it.
Nice looking bags,
I'll
sir.
take it for you. All right, I'm gonna hit the key and inflate these things.
Ooh, good plan. I'm having trouble getting up. I found myself in a rather comfortable position. This is funny. Oh dear. This is so goofy. Just sounds so good in this cab. Dude, I can't wait to see all this nice and black and fresh. It's gonna be so amazing. Looking all sealed up.
All right, that one's good. I forgot to tighten this one and it's not even leaking. So no leaks here even though I hadn't tightened that yet. Good. Cool.
Awesome.
And it feels good to have nice fresh rubber on there. Those old ones were hard as rock. It was just a matter of time before they blew on us. Bueno, I'm gonna tighten this little hose back here and then airbags are checked off the list. Well, good morning from under the Peterbilt, the old 359. I'm working on the brakes. Emily's at the gym like she is most mornings. Finley's sitting right there in the office looking at me through the glass door. I've got both of the brakes caged. It was a bit of a challenge because there were dirt daubers in there, so I had to dig mud out and try to get it loosened up so I can get this caging bolt to stick. It goes in, twist a corner of a turn, and then you expect it to come out just a tiny bit. That lets you know that it's in the detents or the grooves. So I've got that done, and I'm gonna try to stick this camera somewhere so you can see me actually taking this chamber off. We're gonna put new slack adjusters and new chambers on the front, the parking brakes. We'll probably get to the backs eventually. I'm just having a little bit of a hard time identifying that back chamber. So for now, let's see if we can get this done. There are two 15/16 nuts on the back of this chamber here. Obviously got to take our airlines off. We're also replacing these airlines because after blowing the hose on my tractor the other day, it made me realize that just because the hose is working doesn't mean it's good. Oh, we need bushings in that slack adjuster big time. I'll show you that once we get this off. That's fun. That means the tires have to come off, the brakes have to come off. Got to take the slack adjuster off and then knock the S-cam through that way. Joy. Oh, I'm glad I found it now. The slack adjuster just got a cotter pin here that we'll take out, and then that pin should come out. This pin looks like it's been in here for 100 years. Just got the cotter pin off the other side of it. This is what I was talking about, this S-cam bushings being worn out. That is not good. It's a good sign, it's moving. I can't believe how worn out that S-cam is. Sweet. Cool, so we know there's no pressure on our brakes now. It's all completely loose. So let's take these hoses off the top, and then I will get these two main bolts out. Hopefully I don't have to cut them off. And we will be in business. No point in putting this back together until I rebuild those S-cams though. Which means probably a trip to Dallas to get parts, unfortunately. more wrenches. I'm trying to get these two hoses off here. It's gonna be hard for me to hold the camera up in there, so I'll report back after those are off. I feel like most of you guys watching this that are gonna do a job like this, you've done it before, but I still feel like it's important to tell you, you have to cage these chambers. If you don't, it is very dangerous. Because when you take these back nuts off, that's gonna be under pressure. And at a minimum, it's gonna break your fingers. So yeah, be sure and cage your brakes if you've got a parking chamber like this. And never take these off. These band clamps, do not touch those. That spring's under extreme pressure, and there have been people killed from taking those off and these caps blowing into their face. One side down. Oh my goodness. I just can't get over this. I really thought I was gonna get in here and be like, oh yeah, the S-cams have a little bit of play, but we'll run them from now. We're not running that. It's just about as bad as I've seen one. Boy, oh boy. Hey, if I can finally see the beginning of a C-flip. All right, there it is. I really wish that weren't the case. I thought, you know, if they had some wear on them, but they were still okay, we'd run them. Since we're not doing 80,000 pounds, but I'm not running that. That is way too sketch. Hey, last one coming off. So that side's not worn out, but the slack adjuster is, but the S-cam looks really good. Well, it doesn't look really good. It would run. But if we're doing one side, might as well do them both. Yep, that side's in great shape. The other side is shot.
Get out of the way.
Okay. All right, let's look at this S-cam. Knock these shoes off real quick. It's been a while since I messed with these things. Gotta get my groove back.
Good job.
Thank you. So that's our S-cam. This rotates and it pushes little rollers out and it spreads those shoes. So when you take the air pressure off, this flips and it locks those shoes in. You put air pressure to it and it'll rotate this back, give you the slack that you need, which is just a tiny bit, 1/8 inch or so on the shoes. But here's the problem.
Oh my gosh.
That's supposed to have no movement. And it has all the movement. So I gotta pull the axle, then pull the drum off, then I can get to that. Unless I wanna take it off right here. And there's a loose bolt. So I'm probably gonna have to take this whole thing off because I doubt that tube's good. That is so worn out. I don't even think bushings will fix that.
Well, that's good stuff to find when we're in the shop.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna go ahead and knock it loose here And then this, once that tube's off, this should be able to turn a little bit and come out. The right way to do it is pull this hub off. But this is not leaking oil and it looks good, feels good. So I'm gonna try to leave that on. Rusty.
Something we didn't exactly calculate was foot traffic with a commercial building. We had 6 visitors yesterday. So having the doors open definitely makes it look open and like welcoming, which is great. We love that. And because we have no AC, it's already warm in here. So the doors being open definitely creates some airflow, which we like. But it could be challenging to stay productive when you have company all the time. So yeah, it's kind of a funny new chapter for us with this building. Crazy. Aaron's got this LED light shining on his workspace, but it's still really dark, and having these doors open gives us a lot of natural light. So I'm gonna open them up.
Ah, it's gloomy out there.
It is. It's like it wants to rain.
I can already feel the breeze though.
Yeah, the
That's
breeze
nice.
is nice.
Can you grab me that ratchet on the other side? It's got a
Sure.
3 quad on it. Hey. It's part of what used to be a bushing. See if this shaft is completely worn out or not. Actually, it looks fine down here where the brake roller hits it. I bet you the shaft is worn. It's been riding like that a long time. Deep groove right there in it. But where the bushing rides, it actually doesn't look bad.
It's like the bushing all burn up or something.
No, I don't think so. Something plastic. But the metal's fine. See where the bushing rides here. I mean, that looks excellent. This all looks fine. It just gets a little funky out here on the end where it was sitting in the edge of that tube there. But that's not where the bearing rides, so it doesn't matter. The bearing rides right here. So the S-cam itself is actually in great condition. The bushings are just gone. So we have to get our serial number off the truck, call someplace, run to Dallas, get some parts. My brake shoes look excellent. And they're like that all the way around. You can see on this truck, if you look inside the drum, you can see the brakes are in really great shape. They just needed an S-cam and they didn't notice, or they just didn't have the money to fix it. Get out of here, dump truck. I'm trying to make a video. Jeez.
Quiet on the set. One of the things that we've struggled with content creation is mics. We have bought, I don't want to be extreme, but I feel like a dozen.
Yep.
We've got DJI mics, we've got Rode, 2 different Rode setups. We've got like professional Eisenhoff or whatever that brand is. That Sennheiser, whatever. We've spent so much money on mics and seem to always have problems with them and can't get good audio. I'm sure it's us, but we need to run audio in the shop because all the loud background noise, and it being a big shop too. Like I'll be filming and I need good audio like far away. So we got to get our mics back out here.
Okay, so we got this one hooked up, and we will just put our new fitting in here. And that goes in there. Then we'll have this one big hose. This is a 1/2-inch hose. These smaller ones down here are 3/8 hose. So it's been a little difficult finding the right size hose for these. You'll see that I had to put an adapter in here to neck it down to this size fitting, but that's still a 1/2-inch internal. So we're getting all the air that we need. It just looks a little different because I had to neck it down, you know, in this fitting. I'm guessing that fitting was just a little oversized. I'll feel a lot better after this. These were holding air, but I don't trust them, especially not to get more than about 5 miles from my shop. And brakes, you know, are kind of important on these bigger rigs. You just have one end that swivels, and then one that's just an MPT that goes into the wherever the source is. So that's there, it's nice, I like the length of it. We'll probably put a little zip tie or something over in that corner. If I could get a bracket in there, I would, but it's more important not to have holes in the frame, or not to add any more holes than we need to. Well, that's gonna work out nice right there. See if we can get these front ones done. We have two more major hoses here that supply the parking chamber and the service brake. So we'll get those replaced. Those are also 1/2-inch hose inside diameter. We'll do those, and then what's left is moving on to the actual brake chambers. I have all the hoses to go from the distribution block down to the brake chambers, front and back. So I'm gonna get these fixed up. You probably can't see in here super well, but I'm gonna get that done. That way when Emily gets here, we can do something actually fun. This is just kind of mundane work. Emily's at the gym. She goes to the gym every morning, Monday through Thursday, and gets to work at about 10 o'clock. I should be doing that too. At least I think I should be. But at this journey in my life, what's feeling good is getting to work early and getting some stuff done. So I'm gonna do that. All right, so I got all the 1/2-inch hoses in. That's these bigger hoses that are the supplies down to the T-blocks. You've got 2 T-blocks up here, one for the parking chamber, one for the I think they're calling it a service line, the one that actually makes the brake come on. So those 2 are replaced. Everything else up in the frame rails, that's the DOT plastic hosing. All looks like it's in really good condition, so we're gonna leave that. Next thing to do is just these 3/8 hoses that actually go down to the chambers. So we'll get to that once we get new chambers on it, which are sitting over there on the floor. So
It is a new day for progress here in Flying Sparks XL, the big shop. And Aaron is working on the S-cams?
yeah, the S-cam bushings.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna have him tell you all about what he's doing right now. The S-cam, the word S-cam is foreign to me, so I'm still
You know why
getting
they
used
call it
to
that?
big truck parts. Why?
Because it's shaped like an S. And that is on the CDL test.
Which he is about to take tomorrow to get his CDL again. Holy cow. He's gonna be so legit. And he's ran away now, so obviously he's gonna come back and tell us something else. I am still familiarizing myself with big truck part names. Like the S-cam thing is like funny to me. Like I'm not used to that for brakes. So yeah, let's get the rundown from the big guy.
Well, this is pretty simple stuff. This is the housing that the S-cam goes into. That's your S-cam. And this housing had no bushings in it. Nothing. No trace of them. Don't know where they went. There are also no seals in it. So I went to the store, got bushings. Takes 2 bushings, one to support each side of that S-cam. Right there. And it comes with 2 seals. Real simple. You just drive these bushings in far enough to where that seal can go in there. And then of course you've got shims and things like that to make it all work. What we're trying to accomplish is 2 new bushings, 2 new seals, and then we'll shim once we put the slack adjuster on. So we're just driving this in here and making sure we don't booger it up. I think I'm gonna have to go get a seal driver or a race driver because I don't have any sockets this size, but we gotta run to the store anyways.
All right, you guys, Aaron got all this put together. It looks pretty dang good. Check it out.
Very simple little setup here. You've got a real hardy bushing that punches up in there. I got me this really special multi-tool seal driver, 36mm seal driver. And then that seal went in just fine. What these seals are trying to do is they're gonna keep grease in. So heavy material, it's not gonna be quite as vital as if you're trying to hold motor roll back or fuel or something like that. Either way, we got them in there and they look really good. So I'm stoked about that. We can get this bolted back on the truck, put the S-cam in, then we can start messing with the slack adjusters, get the brake chambers in, all that good stuff. Because we got to move this truck forward so we can get the forklift under that.
Yep.
Because Emily's going to show you what she's got to do.
Yeah.
Big job.
Yeah, so our brakes have been chilling over here. We got those in the mail. Amazing. So Aaron is going to be working on installing all that stuff, while I am going to be preparing the frames to install the fuel tank and the generator on this side, which is pretty exciting because that's really going to finish out this side of the truck. That side with the big tank kind of was finished out. This side definitely needs that same vibe of like being finished out. That's the plan.
wheel bearing grease here. Oh, forgot to put this on.
Forgot a piece?
Yep. Oops.
Yes. Aaron just got these awesome Brunt work shoes, and they are steel toe. The soles are oil resistant, all kinds of good stuff, because he wears his Adidas out here to the shop, and it's just not ideal because it kills them. So we got him these, and they're pretty freaking awesome. We like the guys at Brunt. We love their work boots. I was looking on their website, and I'm like, dude, they make like sneaker looking shoes, so let's try them out. And he likes them. I think they're handsome.
If I could, I'd wear those Brunt boots all the time, but it gets so hot here. I want to be in shorts, so some people do it, but I'm not going to wear work boots in shorts. Oh, that's butter. I think it was so floppy before. Happy with that. We throw these brakes back together. You see me wearing rings in the shop. It's just because I forgot. Bad idea. It has been a while since I've hung truck brakes. Like a long time. So we may be learning again together here. I need a smaller screwdriver. Go, like I did it yesterday.
That's so cool.
So here's our old brake chamber, and that's our new one. These are pretty well universal. There's some differences, but most of the trucks like this you'll see run the same can. So what I'm doing is, because it's universal, they've got this long stud on it. I'm trying to get this mating surface pretty well level, and then I'm just gonna see how long this shaft is. We're at 4 1/4. We'll just take and mark this one about 4 1/4. This is not exact science. This little knuckle here is adjustable, so you do the fine tuning there, but we'll get that cut off there. I really need to run my nut up on there so that when I back it off, it'll retrace my threads. But some ding dong in the shipping department got too excited. They bent my thingy. So I'm gonna cut this off, get this one installed. It's 4 1/2. I'm gonna put this brake chamber up, and then we'll cage it with our caging bolts. That's pulled all the way back, and that's the point where you put the slack adjuster on and actually adjust the slack adjuster. But it's easier to cage it when it's bolted on here. Rolling around on the floor is not my favorite. It rolling around on the floor. Caging bolt goes right in here. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's time for, I want to show you something. So this is a caging bolt. These front parking chambers work off a big spring in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so when there's no air pressure going to it, that spring is pressed on the brake shoes out there and locking the wheels down. So it's stuck when we first picked the truck up.
Right, you can't move it till the air
So
pressure
if this thing, if you need to move it and there's no air pressure, this bolt goes in here and goes a 1/4 turn. Man, that caging bolt's just
barely long
not
enough.
hardly long enough. And this came with the chambers.
Dang.
But anyway, that's how it works. You push it in, 1/4 turn, and it locks. And that's how we'll cage them.
That's pretty groovy.
Yep, just in case you're driving the Peterbilt and I'm not with you. And you got to get it off the road.
Yeah. Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
There are only like 2 threads available.
Yeah, I'm going to figure that out. You really can't make this stuff up. So I'm trying to cage these chambers. This is the bolt that came with it. I thought, well, I'll get online and see what the typical length of a bolt is. 4 13/16. Measure this, it's 4 7/16. I just ordered new caging bolts. For some reason, the 2 that came with these chambers are too short, like a 1/2 inch too short. So we wait till tomorrow. Got to move on and do something else. Here's the caging bolt that came with the brake chambers. And I just got back from my dad's shop, dug around, found this. When you look on the internet, they all say to be 4 inches and 13/16. Not true, they make longer ones. And I thought I'd remembered that. So for whatever reason, this had short bolts, but luckily my dad's shop's just around the corner and I got what I needed. So now I can cage this and start to set that slack adjuster up. Looks like that's it. Bottomed out. So now I'll make the final adjustments on this rod, and I can move this slack adjuster exactly where it needs to be. I'm stuck.
Oh dear, I was gonna say that's gonna have a hole in it now.
I need a new shirt. See if this company will send me a new one.
That was a brand new one. It's one of our new designs.
Sorry.
I guess I'll have to cut it up and make it my own somehow, I guess. Somehow. No. I can't believe you just did that, dude.
It's a belly button bit.
Babe.
That pushed all the way in.
I don't know.
Actually, will you grab those lug nuts and roll them up?
The nuts or the studs?
No, well, that's
This.
That's
No.
an inside nut.
It is. You wanted me to run one or two of them up?
Yeah, just get that drum sitting flush. It just lines the shoes and everything up.
Yeah, makes sense.
We could get it adjusted and then it not be in its groove.
Well, today was an excellent success. Lots of stuff done, brake parts on. Tomorrow we will keep the progress going. See y'all then.
Hey, it's time to work on some hoses. I got those brake chambers installed. Both sides, got the slack adjusters in, got them adjusted where I want them. I need to put some new hoses on this. So it looks like our bigger hose goes to the back of this distribution block. Let me round up some hoses and we'll get moving on this thing. Okay, so a small hose should go here, and that's not long enough. I probably have another one around here. Okay, that's our bigger diameter hose. Make sure we can get our Teflon tape on there. These are NPT, so pipe thread. So that thread is actually a wedge. So it gets tighter. It expands, I guess you could say, the tighter you make it. So it's a wedge fit. So we want something to help it seal off. It's not like a compression fitting. Man, sometimes you just get lucky. That went in so smooth. Another croissant wrench around here somewhere.
Would you just look at it? Dude. That is a wild.
I like this one better.
I think the choice is obvious of what we will reinstall. Dang. Aaron's kicking butt. Finley and I are, well, we're supportive right now.
It is so cool to see this truck coming together, and I know you guys agree because y'all have loved this build. And you know who else has loved this build is our friends at Four State Trucks and Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron has also loved this build. But our friends at Four State Trucks, they have been a huge supporter and really hooking us up with a lot of stellar parts for this truck.
That we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, no
They
kidding.
knew we needed it.
Guys, this has been insane, honestly. We worked with Four State on the next parts we're getting ready to install on this truck because Aaron has all the brakes done.
Yeah, everything's done. All 4 chambers, slack adjusters. We just parked it here. We released the parking chamber. I adjusted everything. It's all checked off the list, so it's time to put some pretty stuff on.
Yep, we got some really sick decking. Now, if you guys are truckers and you have rigs that you want to buy parts for, we have a coupon code with them. It's Flying 10. So if you want to check out even some of their merch, like Aaron has a shirt that he loves from them that's got an awesome big truck on the back, and I actually have one too. I just haven't cut it up yet. Y'all know how I like to mod my shirts. But yes, use the code that they gave us because that shows that you guys are seeing this and being sent their way. But they've just been amazing. They're just awesome folks. And we're actually going to their truck show in Joplin. So if you guys are going to be there, we'll see you.
Yeah.
But I think we should get back to work and start installing some of this decking. We are pumped about it.
Okay, so my contact at Four State, Jeremy, he convinced me that I needed this stuff. He started telling me about this modular frame solution, the decking. It took him about 25 seconds to convince me that I needed it. And this stuff is slick. So you have a channel here, and this channel, these guys here just slide into it. Real neat. It's notched, so it can't move side to side. So that'll be our main decking. And then I needed this piece right here because what I want to do is, obviously we're running a gooseneck, so we're not going to have the whole setup that you would have if you were pulling like a fifth wheel trailer with air brakes. So we're going to put in a plug right here to plug in like a 7-pin RB plug so we can plug our brace trailer in. One side will have a air source that comes from our tanks there. That way we can throw a hose on it, air tires up, whatever we want to do. The other side, I'm going to put in a 50 amp plug that comes from my generator so I can plug my race trailer into that. So that's going to be super cool. The way this one works is it just slides in this channel. So when you've got it all set up, it looks really nice with those two pieces together. And it's all flush mount with the frame. So what we have right now is a bunch of parts and no clue how to install it. So Emily and I are going to get busy and start installing this stuff.
As we're laying this aluminum out, we see that it's hitting right here, and we need to do a little customization. I'm sure this is part of the process of installing this stuff because every tractor frame rail is different. So this is where we're starting. Aaron has marked this side, and he's ready to give her a little trim so that it sets down flush right there on our frame. Frame that's already dirty.
Yeah.
We just painted that.
There we go.
Okay. Well, ain't that pretty?
Beautiful. Okay. This is flush, that's flush. Now we set our other piece up there, cut that out. That's going to work. Now we know what we need to do to go all the way down the frame. We have a plan. That's half the battle. We'll jump on that side and we'll slide this piece in.
That's pretty nifty. It's got that little channel. Oh, that looks so good.
Cool, so those two hard pieces are in. I think we can build forward. We can get our tray in here and then stack these two pieces of decking, and that will be that. Cool, so let's slide this in. Okay, so let's
Sick.
see. I'll set that other one up here and see if that's going to take the rest of our space. It looks like it was built for it, but might as well slide these two in.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that looks so pretty.
Cool. Okay. That's going to be about right there. That's where that one goes.
If we go all the way this way with these, and then we get the deals slid back in there and then slide it in, would that work?
Sure would. Oh, dang.
Hot dog.
That looks good.
This looks so legit.
I'm digging that.
Jeremy, good call.
Yep.
Jeremy at Four State is a boss. And so is his wife, Ginger. She comments on all my Facebook posts because she's sweet.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. This is rad. Okay, so the little last bit.
Yeah, we'll just cut those two main frame braces, and then I'll cut the walking deck that goes under it, and we'll have to work on the little tailpiece.
Wow.
I'm liking it though.
Me too. So Aaron was just studying these pieces and he was looking on the edge, and look, they're supposed to be laced together. There's that end and there's that end. So we had been installing them, just snugging them up against each other, but they really want to be first all put together as one piece and then slid into the outside channel.
That's right.
Okay, that's fun. Live and learn. You guys, y'all learn with us. Lots of you guys like us because we're imperfect and we show our mistakes, or like when we learn and we aren't perfect. So if you're one of those folks, well then this was for you. Yeah. Okay, as the cookie crumbles, we are tired. It is like 7:30, almost 8, and these pieces need a little bit more cutting because we need to mate them, and it needs to now be a little bit closer into each other, and the bolt heads are going to hit on the front part. So Aaron is going to get back to that in the morning, and I will be coming here after the gym, and we will resume this project tomorrow. We'll see y'all then. Ooh-wee. So much win. Starting the day off.
Come together good. We had two pieces up here that we had trimmed up so it fit around that center cross member. Problem is our tongue and groove here on the edge was off. So I was able to use one piece, and the other one, I just basically mirrored this. I just cut it the exact opposite of this one. And all that slid in there. That looks really nice. It's tighter now, and it looks better in the seams. So that's the proper way to do it, and it's in. So now I'm going to work on this tail piece down here and see if I can find some way to make this look decent. I'm thinking if I continue to rip this corner right here and get that off, then this little piece can set on that beveled edge, and then that will give me the ability to cut right along these oblong holes, and it should nestle down in there pretty well. Because this is a scrap piece right now, I'm just going to start cutting on it and see what we end up with. These little clampies are pretty cool. Yeah, they just clamp in there. It has a bolt that goes up in here and twists, and that's what grabs it. Yeah, perfect.
Y'all, what an unbelievable amount of success on this episode. I feel like from the sleeper back, we have a really solid truck now, which before this episode, it needed a lot of attention.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we drove it, it was all right, but I wasn't super comfortable going down the road. And thanks to that hose blowing on my tractor a couple weeks ago, I realized, yeah, I should pay closer attention to rubber hoses that are old. We got all new rubber hoses, brakes, everything's happy. Got the S-cam changed, the one that was loose. I feel good about it. I think she's ready for the road.
Man, this thing is going to look so incredible on display at the Iowa Car Show, which is wild. I think that having this truck on display at all is a huge compliment. But I think the location of where it's going to be, we'll end up showing you guys, but I think it's going to be pretty sick. The decking from Four State looks stellar, and we are just so grateful for their support, along with the support of CRC for making these build episodes possible. I know you guys love and support them, but keep showing them love. Thanking them in the comment section means a lot. And we will see you guys on the next episode when this thing hits the road.